excited to explore the topic of PAYE, or pay as you earn, like you may know it, and understand the importance in income tax management. To begin, I'd like to introduce our wonderful team alongside myself and my co-admin, Peace. Peace, if you're in this meeting, kindly introduce yourself. That's my co-admin, by the way. Peace, if you're in this meeting, please kindly introduce yourself. Okay, so maybe she's not in yet. So I would like to go further to also introduce some of the professional persons we have on this platform who would most likely be taking trainings going forward. In person of Dr. Onye, Mr. Gabriel, Mr. Akim, and Mr. Raymond, all of whom would be contributing their expertise to various of our sessions. They'll be literally tutoring and lecturing us on different topics. Okay, so after these introductions, I would like to hand over to, first and foremost, okay. So I think would like to get to know each and every one of us here. So if you're here, you can just, can we introduce ourselves? Like, let's just do a little introduction as fast as we can. You tell us your name, and then you tell us where you're reaching us from or where you joined the Zoom meeting from, and yeah, just your name and your location. So the floor is open. Please, you can start the introduction. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Obuchi Elijah, and I'm joining you from Cross River at the moment, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ajala. I'm joining from Abuja.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Lucy. I'm joining you from Abuja. I'm glad to be here.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Samuel and I'm joining from Abuja. It's my privilege to be here.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jonathan Abiguila. I'm joining from Abuja. Happy to be here.
Hello. Hello.
Can hear you.
My name is Tony Eze from Abuja.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ojo Sarah. I'm listening to this program from Abuja. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Mustafa. I'm joining you from Mina, Niger State.
Good morning, all. Usman Muidin is
Hello,
my name.
My name is Christine Anade. I'm joining from Abuja.
Good morning, all. Usman Muidin is my name. I'm joining from Abuja.
Next, is there anybody else who would like to introduce themselves, please? Are we done with the introduction?
Good morning, all. I'm Kemete from Abuja.
Good morning. Good morning, all. Hello.
Good morning, Mr.
Okay.
Samson, we can hear you. Go ahead.
My name is Ajao Samson Taye. I'm joining from Kwara State.
Thank you very much, Mr. Taye Samson. Please, let's move on. Let's move on with introductions.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Iviaka Olalekan. I'm joining from Abuja. Thank you very much.
Please, can we be audible? Can we be audible? Because I really can't hear most of you. Like Mr. Olalekan, I didn't really hear your introduction. So please, let's be audible. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. My name is Chukwemeka Chima. I'm joining live from Abuja.
Good morning, Mr. Chukwemeka. You're welcome. Next person, please.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Aja Christian. I'm joining from Abuja.
Thank you, Mr. Aja Christian. Next person.
Good morning. My name is Nafi Mohammed. I'm joining from Abuja.
Thank you, Mr. Nafi Mohammed. Next person, please. Next person, please. Please, let's not waste time. Like after the next person's or the last person finish talking, please unmute your mic and introduce yourself straight. Thank you very much. Please, let's move on. Let's move on. Are we done? As every participant, because I can see
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Blessing Emmanuel. We can hear you. Go ahead.
I'm Blessing Emmanuel from Kaduna.
Thank you, Blessing Emmanuel. Next.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Eric. I'm calling from FCT, who says 05 Abuja.
Thank you, Mr. Eric.
Good morning, ma. I'm Adeke Moses. I'm calling from Benue State.
Thank you, Mr. Moses. You're welcome.
Good morning,
Next
everyone.
Person.
Good morning.
Good morning, we can hear you.
My name is Peter Akobi. I'm joining from Abuja.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter. Thank you for that introduction. Let's move on, let's move on, let's move on. Are we done with introductions?
Good morning. My name is Zainab Abdullah from Abuja.
Thank you for joining in, Ms. Zainab. Thank you. Let's move on, please. Who is next? Are we done with introductions? Okay, so I think we've most likely come to the end of our introductions. Everybody who introduced themselves, thank you very much. It was a pleasure, or it is a pleasure getting to know you. So moving on, I would like to introduce our lead mentor, Mr. Donald Mizu, as he comes to share and give overview of what this mentorship program is about, to help you understand and explain how it is structured and how it benefits you and how it benefits all participants on this platform. So over to you, Mr. Donald Mezu, our lead mentor.
Hello, confirm if you can hear me, please.
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much, our moderator, Ms. Mercy for that brilliant introduction. And I want to welcome everybody into this training and mentorship program. Okay, today we are going to take our time to discuss something that is very, very fundamental to the mentorship program as well as the new Nigerian Act. Okay, so please just feel relaxed, and as I welcome you into this program, I want to also use the opportunity to recognize my mentors, Mr. Gabriel, Mr. Raymond, Mr. Akim, Dr. Oye. I believe they are all in this platform. All right, so without wasting much of your time, I will be taking you through these trainings today, and you will be happy that you are in this training. Okay, this is not the usual training that we are going to use PowerPoint to do presentations and all that. So we are working in Excel directly. As you can see, my Excel is on. All right, so I want to also acknowledge my admin staff, Peace and Mercy. Mercy will continue to locate you, and peace of God will be with you. You guys are doing well. All right, and every other admin, I recognize all you guys. All right, so before we go into today's training, those of us who are, I believe we are all in the platform, in the WhatsApp platform, and we told you that our training is going to be free. Yes, we have free trainings, and as well as we have our paid trainings. All right, so we have categorized all our paid trainings into modules. We have the first module, which is accounting, software skills, Sage, and QuickBooks. And the time is there. I think one of the admin will be posting these things on the platform, and we are doing it at 100,000. We have a practical transition and payroll. Here, you are learning it practical. Okay, like this payroll we are going to teach you today, we designed the payroll. You understand? We designed the template. So during the paid class, you will learn how to configure the payroll by yourself. You understand? Learn how to use advanced Excel, learn how to use Excel to automate your financial reporting and all that, right? Okay, and the fee is there to so have digital and analytical skill. This is for data analysis and financial modeling, all right? So these are all our paid trainings, and even as we have these paid trainings, we are going to be having our free trainings, like we have already told you, every 5th, 15th, and 25th of every month, right? So we also have digital. Okay, we have also have, of course, we have both the weekend and the weekday for this data analysis and financial modeling. So we have financial reporting. So all the IAS and the IFRS, how you incorporate them into the financial statement, prepare management account, prepare report, monthly report, weekly report, cash book, trial balance. Okay, those things that bank reconciliations, those things that your organization's management uses for decision making. Okay, those are things you are going to learn under this financial reporting. Okay, and then we have website designing and graphics, course, and then digital marketing and video editing. So all these packages, we are very careful in selecting the packages, and we have all our members, all our mentors, professionals. They are all chartered accountants who are doing all these things. So you know that you are going to get the best quality in terms of our trainings. All right. Okay, so of course the venue of all our trainings, both paid and free, is on Zoom. So those in Abuja who wants to come to our office can always make a special arrangement, and we attend to them as well. Okay. Of course, we also have an early bird discount of 20%. So those who will enroll in our class before 15th of February, okay, we have an early bird of 20% in any of our courses. All right. Then we are starting our trainings on the 17th of this February. 17th of February, we will start our paid trainings at a very reduced prices. Okay, just like I have said before, our free trainings remains at 5th, 15th, and 25th of every month. Which one of them is today? That's what we are doing today. So once you make your payments, all evidence of payment should be sent to the admin number so that we will add those who make payment to their respective classes. So if you pay for example, accounting software, Sage and QuickBooks, okay, once you charge the admin, tell the person what you have paid for, we'll add you to the Sage group where you will now have your proper mentorship in that place. All right. Okay, so having said this, I want to quickly go into the reasons for today. Although we also have another thing that I will say, registration fee, okay, for is 10,000. That 10,000 registration fee is annual registration fee. Like we are doing this free training now, a lot of people will be asking us to give them the template, to send them the recorded video and all that. So if you pay 10,000 naira for annual, anytime we do any of our free training, you are going to be getting the materials that we use in doing those training. We are intentional about it, okay, because a lot of people do not want to, subscribe for knowledge and all that. You understand? But then we are just intentional so that we know that you have our consent. We have your consent to do this free training for you. Okay, why we have the passion to train free, like what we are doing like this, we train you free every month. Come and do all these trainings. Okay, at least you support our data and other things that we do administrative work, and you'll be getting whatever training we do. You'll get the pre-recorded video, pre-recorded slides and all that. So once it's done, you pay anyone you pay for, send evidence to the admin, the same number, they will add you to the registered participant. Now, if it is for a particular course, you state that it's for a particular course, they would put you to the course where you belong, and your classes will be scheduled appropriately. And for our paid training, we have minimum of 2 times in a week, okay, 2 times in a week for all our trainings. And our training starts on 17th of this February till 31st of March. That's the first quarter. So we do it on a quarterly basis. We have another second quarter, we also advertise, third quarter, like that, and that goes. Okay, so having said that, let me go straight to our today's training. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Fantastic. So if you can see
yes, sir, we can see your screen.
Thank you very much. I can see one of our mentor. He's here. Okay, his hand is up. Okay, please let's go ahead, sir. Mr. Gabriel. Let's hear him talk before I continue.
Thank you very much, Mr. Donald. Thank you all attendees at today's training section. Just like Mr. Donald said, ours is to make sure we bring the accounting profession to your doorstep and break down all what the challenges we face on a daily basis. There's a wide range of these, how we can also link the financial reporting on a daily basis, our accounting standard to what we do in a practical situation. We'll get all this in all what he displays. I think there's a question for admin here that the name of the bank for people to know which bank they will pay to admin. Thank you.
All right, that's a brilliant one, my learned colleague, my professional colleague. You are doing well, sir. Thank you very much. That man you have heard is a powerful man in when it comes for corporate reporting and financial reporting. So anything you want to know about your daily reporting, okay, your financial, how you get it from the source document to financial statement, the report that is required by you in your various organizations, he will deal with it. Okay. All right. So that is that. All right, so let me go ahead now. Let me go ahead. Okay, so let me go straight now to what we have. So this is key changes to personal income tax, PIT, and payroll calculations. All right, so and we are aware that it have already started in January, this January 1st, okay? And they will have the tax band. So the template we have designed to have a tax band based on what the law says, okay? These are the tax band, okay? The first 800 at 0. What the tax law says that people earning 800 and below, in fact, it is actually 1.2. So at the time you remove all the allowable deductions, okay, those statutory deductions, you will arrive at 800. And once you arrive at 800, you are to pay nil tax as an employee. Okay. And the second.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Can you enlarge your screen, sir?
Enlarge my screen. Okay. Let me see. Is it okay like this?
Yes, sir, it's better.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, so the Z calculations, the payroll calculations have been calculated based on the new tax law. All right. And of course, you can see from here, it's now the threshold is now between 15% to 25%. Okay, the old tax law started from 7% to 24%, right? And the annual income that was taxable in the old law is at 300,000. So meaning that those people before, if they are earning 300,000 annually, you understand? So that's when, but now the new tax law says if you are earning anything less than 800,000, your tax is at 0%. Have you seen that? So this is the new tax law, and this our template has been built in accordance with the new tax law. All right. So now part of the exceptions I brought out from the new tax law, that's what we call benefit in kind. Okay, and the benefit in kind includes all benefits that an employee receives from the organization that you are working. All right. For example, your rent, if your rent is free, rent accommodation, if your organization provide that for you, right? And you are using the assets like those that the company gave them car, you understand, to as official car. So you are going to, the law says you are going to add 20% of your gross income, right? 20% of your gross income. Okay, first of all, it says it's going to be 5% of the value, 5% of the value of that benefit in kind is going to be added as your income. Okay, however, that must not be more than 20% of your gross income. Do you understand? So that is what that is saying. So because they want to discourage a lot of organizations, directors will be using official car. They will be incurring a lot of expenses on those official cars. Okay, so the tax law is intentional to discourage people. So once we have cars and say this car has this, who is using it, and it's one director, so that means when the director wants to pay his taxes, he has to include that as part of his income, the value. Okay, that is a percentage, which is 5% of that value, but it must not be more than 20%, right? So we also have rent relief. Rent relief, those of us, we are going to see how all these things play out in the template that we have deployed, all right? Okay, so rent relief says you have to claim a rent relief of 20% of the actual rent you pay, all right? The actual rent you pay. However, if you pay rent that the 20% is more than 500,000, you will only claim 500,000, all right? Okay, so that is that. So if you pay rent of, let's say 4 million naira, 20% of that should be more than 500, but you only claim 500. If you pay rent of 1.5 million, 20% of it is not up to 500. You will claim only that one that is not up to 500. Maybe you want 200,000, so you claim only that. That's what the new tax law have said. Of course, where you claim all these statutory deductions, payroll, pension contribution, NHS, National Housing Fund. Once you want to claim any of this, that means you must pay. You must have paid for them and you can claim them. I have documentation to back it up. Some people will put any figure they want and then think they will go free. If you don't have proper documentation for all these things, you shouldn't, claim them. The same thing for rent. You cannot claim rent when you don't have official receipt that is issued to you by your landlord, right? Okay, so let's go. Of course, we also have where we say loss of employment, compensation for loss of employment. Okay, so you can also claim it as a tax relief. All right. Okay, so we have a presumptive tax. So those people who does not have accurate record, okay, the informal sector who does not know who does not keep record, who does not keep a reliable record. So the tax authority can presume the tax that you are going to pay. All right. So that is what that is. All right. So it means that you have to be intentional about this tax. Okay. We want to be like the developed nation. Okay. We want to be like them, right? So it means that we must comply by being intentional about paying taxes. Okay, so having just said this, they said for every practical, there must be a theory. So that's why I just decided to put this small thing to guide us in what we are coming to do. So this is the templates. Okay, so as you can see, this is the payroll template in accordance with what? In accordance with the Nigerian Tax Act compliance. All right. So this is where you put the name of your organization. We have designed this, and I want to say something. Okay. If you are using an accounting software like Sage, QuickBooks, and all that, you don't have power to change certain things. You can only have the user end, the end user's part where you can do your work. The back end, you don't know. You don't know how QuickBooks is doing the double entry principle. The same thing with this our template, because over the years we realize that when we give out, in fact, one of my worst experience that I experienced when I developed a template and give it to my client, I discovered that they distort the formulas. You understand? And they'll be telling you the template is not working, this one, that one, that one. But when you come back and you discover that they are the ones that distort the formulas. So what I have done, what my team we have done, is to restrict access to the formulas. So anywhere you want to do anything on this template and it's restricting you to do something, it simply means that it has a formula that if you tamper with it, the entire template may scatter. So, however, we are giving it out, like here, of course, you can come and put the name of the company that you're working for, okay, your organization, you put that, okay, let's say DMC Business School, right? Okay, then the team, you put the team of that is the state. If you are in Abuja, the FCT, the RI team, meaning that you cannot pay PAYE, you cannot do payroll without having the company's thing. So this is where it is, all right? Okay, of course, you see, we are presently in February as we speak. So we have designed it to suit everybody, all our clients. So there are people that maybe in June, that's the only time they will hear about us. And that is when they will have access to this template. So their first month, when you first use this template, is what you select from here. So if I am selecting maybe June is your first month of using this template, you click on June. So once you click on June, you look at this place. This place have also changed as well, whereby you will see your ending, your 12 months, because it's a 12 months template that will build. So the ending will change. Everything about it will change. All right. So let us take, for example, you are like, we are now in 2026, and you actually want to use this our template to prepare for your January's payroll. You are statutorily, a company is meant to submit their payroll on or before 10th of the following month. So January has ended now. So by the time you finish preparing your payroll, you are expected to submit it to pay all your salaries, expected to submit your payroll to your state's internal revenue. Those in Lagos, internal revenue. Those in Kaduna, internal revenue. Those in Abuja, FCT, internal revenue. So all you just do is to choose that your starting month is what? January, right? So you will now bring in all your information you have from your January and bring it to this template. So I'm going to show you how you bring all those things into the template. And you see, immediately I choose that all these places have also changed. Okay, so this is also your navigation link where you can go from here. I can always go to any particular month I want. Let's say I can click here. I'm already in December, right? Okay, so, and that is and if you want to go back to the template, you can right click by the edge of this place and go back to, I was in my home, go back to home and click OK. All right, and that is that. So this is all about this home, what it is. So it is not like the regular template. I have seen a lot of templates. That's why we are not rushing. Immediately January came, first week of the people are sending templates everywhere and there, blogging almost all the whole platforms with new templates. But we are taking our time. So we took our time to design this template. Don't worry, let me walk you through the template so that you will see. If you want to be able to design this template on your own, okay, and be confident of yourself, design it, be as a guru, okay, do as the automation, because it's all about functions. Functions are formulas that we have inputted here. That's when you will not register for our Excel training, okay, that we have already told you about, right? Okay, so now, this list, I'm done with this home. So this list, so the only thing you are doing in this place is just put the name of the company and the month, the first month you are starting, right? Of course, and the year as well, which is 2026. Now, list, what is in the list? This place is where you type in whatever you want to type, how you want your payroll, your nominal role to look like, all right? So for example, we have departments. Okay, under department, what kind of department do you have in your organization? Maybe your organization has admin and account. You can also change it, say admin and account department, account, okay? So you may have anything. You may have HR, you can change this place. You can also add. So I'll just take my time to bring in this for both. Any organization can actually use it. So that's why we have not customized it to a particular organization. So you can change all these places. Then designation of what kind of designations exist in your organization. For example, in our firm, we have principal partners, right? We have audit seniors, okay? We have audit trainees in our firm. You understand? We have HR, okay? And have accountants, all right? So all these things are the kind of designations. So you have to put all these designations. Of course, gender is male and female. Now, bank, you put the bank which all your organizations are making use of. Okay, for example, you have all these banks, put all the whole banks, can put this one, UBA, put all the banks you want, you have your organization and all that. They will all come here. The essence of all these things is that as you're putting them, I'll show you where they are populating on the template. All right. So the next one is allowances. Now, this is allowance. All right. This is allowance. I'm coming on to check something. Okay, good. So this is allowance. Now, there is something I noticed. I discovered that a whole lot of people, they'll have allowances that are not in the employment letter of their staff. They'll just put different allowance in that place. Please, the source of what you are putting in this place, of course, is from the employee's letter of employment. Okay, so you must go there, the one that is applicable across board. That's what you are bringing here. I see some people put clothes allowance, but when you go to that particular employee, that in the letter of that employee, there is nothing like clothes allowance, and that is very bad. Okay, so you have to go through the employees letter of employment and check all the allowance that is available for them. Okay, then you can now put all those type of allowances you have here. All right. Okay, so then this is our deductions. Okay, so the deductions, of course, is NHF, and it is at 2%, and we have life assurance premium. Okay, now life assurance premium is premium you pay. So when you pay it, there is no percentage for it because the insurance company's percentages, of course, varies depending on the amount that you have, depending on those amount that you have. So this life assurance premium automatically will be the actual life assurance premium that organization has paid against those staff. So those staff that you insured, okay, and what you have paid as premium is what you are going to put in this place. Of course, then the NHS is at 5%. Of course, pension, the calculation of pension is there. We are going to show you that, which is 8% for the contributory, 8% for the employee, and 10% for the employer. Okay, so we also have what we call internal deductions. Okay, for example, loan advances. Okay, loan advance, when you give staff loan advance, those things should affect the salaries the person will earn. Okay, if there's anything like a penalty, maybe surcharges. Okay, for those in the hotel environment, surcharges, penalties, lateness, all those things. So you put them inside. You just, this is just what we have. So if you have other ones, you can also add them. Okay. All right. So, of course, you are not going to touch all these ones, right? But these two here, you can actually touch them. Okay. Because this is for you. Okay. So now let's look at the nominal rule. How is the nominal rule? How does the nominal rule look like? By the way, what is nominal rule? A nominal rule is simply a rule that has the information of all the staff of an organization. Of course, it's maintained by the HR. Okay, so the HR is the one that takes all the information, their date of birth, their state of origin, every information you want to get about the staff. You go to the nominal rule, you will see it, right? So this is a nominal rule, right? So in this nominal rule, we have also configured it in a way that you do not tamper with things in this place, because if you do it anyhow, the thing will also scatter, because we have formulas, functions that are integrated into the template. All right, so what you will do in the nominal rule is to enter the staff names. If you have a staff ID, you can put the staff ID against them. All right. Now, this one that we call status. Status simply means if the staff is still present. So valid is to say that the person is still working in our organization. All right. So if we put somebody and say, okay, like this person here, you say invalid. So when you say invalid, you're automatically saying that this person have left. Now, you have to put the next date. So we are in February now. Let's assume that Donald Mezu, left the firm, okay? And in this February, so the next month, okay, of exit is actually on 1st of March, okay? 1st of March, 26. So that is what you put here, okay? Which is, this is 0301. So this is what you do, meaning that we are saying invalid, this person have left organization, okay? And then, which means when we start computing, when we are computing the payroll for March, automatically, there won't be any calculations. In fact, if you go to the donor Mezu to go and put any money for the person, the system will automatically reject anything you are putting, because donor Mezu, you have already said the status is invalid. So this is like active and sack, okay? But we use the condition valid and invalid to use on this template. So valid simply means that the person is still active in the organization, while invalid simply means that the person have left the organization. And remember that you are going to put the date. If the person leaves, assuming the person have left in December, a lot of people resign organizations in December. So the month you are going to put here is January 1st, right? If the person lives in May, anytime in May, whether at the beginning of May or middle of May, as far as the person has exited the organization, right? So the month that the next month that the person will not be active is what you are going to put on this place. In this case, it will be 1st June, all right? So, of course, we cannot determine what makes up your IDs. Okay, so this is DMC Business School. So I can put DMC BS_1. That could be an ID. So the second person will be _2, _3, like that. So that is how to create an ID, depending on the organization, right? So that's why we leave it for you to enter your ID by yourself. You also enter the names of the staff. So I can add more names now. So let me say this is DMC2, good. And look at that. The system will just take it up from there. So I can put, I will change back this person. Okay, let's leave this person as invalid. But remember, under my home, I have already chosen that my first listing is January, right? Okay, so we move, and under here, I will put, no need of putting all these ones, hence the person is, is in the organization. No need of all these dates, right? Okay. Then I want to add somebody else. Let me add Peace, Mercy, good. And Peace is Mercy, of course, is DMC BS_5. Okay, and you must always put valid. Okay, and let's just take any department here. You pick any department of your choice. The department of this person is maybe what is audits? Okay, you can say admin and account, right? So what's the designation of this person? This person can be accountant. Okay, we will not have two accountants. Maybe just look for another, maybe office assistant, right? So that is that. So we put another person again. We can put Julius Amaka. So we have this, and this is the DMC BS_6. DMC BS, excuse me, sorry. Okay. Okay. So we have DMC BS_6. Okay, and that's that person. And then we must choose valid, of course, and give the person okay, so we go again. So I'll just use this 6 so that we can proceed. So you can actually add. So I can give Julius, let's see. Okay, you can put audit training. So task ID, of course, you get your task ID from one of our free trainings. We are going to teach you how you can get your task ID without wasting your time. Just go to the website, put some steps, and then you get your task ID. But for those that have task ID, you put all the task IDs there. Okay, let's assume this is the task ID. So put all the task ID. These are just an assumption. Okay, you put all the task ID, you must have them. Okay, this is assumption, task ID. Okay. All right, and that is for that. Okay, then we have date of birth. Please, remember, this is a nominal rule. So you can fill anything you want, fill all this information, date of appointment, first appointment, you can actually put them, but all this does not have any effect on the main template, right? So you put all those account number, you put the thing. In fact, if you come to the account, because account number is very important, if you put anything less than maybe you are putting, the system will not take it. Can you see? That's the part of the control we have put. Account numbers is always only 10. So if you go and put anything less than that, so if you make a mistake and put 11 digits, it will not take. If you put less than that, it will not also take again. So that is that. So this one will enter because it's 10 in number. Okay, so this is where you select the bank of the person. Remember, you have already put all these things under your list. So whatever you change in your list will automatically come here. Now, what is about this bank code? There are some organizations that if they want to make payments, in order not to make error, okay, they always want to use the code, the bank code of that particular bank. So that when they are making payments, there won't be any error. So you look for the Zenith Bank code, you can put it in. All these jobs, all these things are the work of the HR. You can do an independent research and get all those information and put it there. But it's not compulsory to put. Okay, the one that is not applicable to you can leave it. But it's important to avoid errors in your discipline. All right, so the next thing is I'm not going to fill all this information. Okay, so when you have this template, you will be able to enter all those things following what we have just told you about, right? So the next thing is staff rent. This staff rent is what if you watch as I enter those information, automatically they are coming here. Have you seen that? Automatically they are coming into this template. So if you see this staff rent, as you can see, so remember we are saying that we are starting our starting month is January, right? So that's why you see this is January 2026. Let me assume, this is an assumption. Assume that, okay, it's possible. In fact, in all the templates I've been watching, these things were not there. So I keep on laughing when I see some templates. So it's possible that rent changes now. Rent changes. So it's possible that since last year, okay, since last year, maybe around May last year, my rent started, okay, so and I'm paying 1.8. So if I pay 1.8 already since last year. So in January, I'll continue 1.8 until April. Then when I reach April, when I want to renew, my landlord now say, come, Mr. Donado, we have reviewed our rent, and your rent is now 3 million. So I can also come back and put 3 million on the rent, in as much as I will have the evidence. In as much as I have the evidence of my payment, as we make the payment to have them. So 3 million, that means 3 million will go from now till the next, 2027, when this my rent that I started here will also end. But there are some people that their rent will be the same thing throughout the year. Okay, so I will illustrate that with another person. So it's always good to put your rent throughout the year, split it. If you want, you can also do it just for the month that you are working. You can do only for January, put it. February, still come back again, put the same thing for February, right? But if you want to do it, maybe so that you don't have time coming back to the to the template, just put the rent throughout across board, right? So let's assume that Precious John have rent, and our rent where this person is paying is probably 350, and 350 is across board. So you put this 350 and per annum, 350 per annum, please, 350 per annum, 350,000 per annum. This is your rent per annum. So those rents that you are claiming, remember one of the only relief that they give in this new tax law is rent. That one they cap at 500 is rent. The other ones are statutory. You understand? Which the organization pays. The only one that they gave to employees is rent. So if you are paying rent, you must have your rent receipt that you paid to your landlord so that you can claim this rent. If you do not enter them, put them, you will not claim it. Okay? Then another relief again that they gave is that if you are not earning up to 800,000, you should not pay any, you should not pay tax, pay PAYE. That's exemption. Okay, but people that fall within, the only thing they have is that cap of 500,000. So you put this rent. Let's assume you can reveal that to do the first 6 months in your template. So just like I've done there, 350. Staff will never leave the same place. So 350. Okay, so let's say Mercy is living in Asokoro, and her rent there, she's paying 6 million. Okay, so 6 million will go across board. Okay, 6 million. 6 million. 6 million. 6 million. Okay, so another person, let's assume these three people, they are under their parents and they don't have any rent they pay. Please, if it's your parent that is paying the rent, you are not going to claim it. Oh, husband, if it's your husband that is wife, it's your husband that's paying the rent, you're not claiming it. Oh, wife, husband, if it's your wife that's paying the rent, you're not claiming. So two people cannot claim rent at the same time. People keep on asking, between husband and wife, who is the one claiming the rent? I beg, one person must claim the rent. Two of you cannot claim the rent. Okay? All right, except you're living in different apartments. Now, people, children, people, employees that are still working, that are still living under their parents, please, you will not claim rent. Please, don't come and claim the rent that your dad is paying. Your dad too will also use it to claim his own rent. So don't come here and claim rent if you know that you are still under somebody. Okay, and that is for that. All right. So now, if you people are sharing rent, that's another, because I want to be as smart as we can to answer questions before it comes. If two people are sharing rent, please, the law says one person, except you guys, if you say you pay, let's say you are paying 350, maybe this Precious is paying this to be with her friend. So it means that two of you pay the rent together, right? No problem. Two of you will have the receipt, to show that you are paying the rent together. Then you only take half of what you have paid together. So you take half of 350, you put it in this place. Half of 350, you put it in this, because what you paid is not this. So you cannot provide this explanation. Because if itself, when the tax authority sees that your rent is 350 and what you are claiming is less than that, it is now you that will not claim, that tell them that no, we actually share the rent, because the other of your friend will also be reviewed. And the person now, the same landlord, the same people, the same thing. You understand? So you cannot be able to expatiate and say that yes, it's the same receipt that two of you paid it. You explain, when you explain to tax people, of course, they are human beings now, they will understand that. Okay? All right, so that's not that two of you paid 350, two of you, and each of you will not go and start taking 350 rent. No, you have to divide it into two. Okay, so this is what I can do for here. So I'm assuming that these other three people are not collecting rent, right? Fantastic. So we now have month one. So our month one is January, because we have already choose in our home that month one is January. So now in this month one, you see all these people are put in there, they are there. Look at the phone numbers I put, the what's it called? The bank statement, and I didn't put any bank code, right? Good. Now under this basic, okay, you have to put the basic pay by yourself. Okay, so this is basic. I just put all these things. I will delete this. So you put basic. Now, where do you get basic from? I have the letter of employment that I displayed. I wanted to use as illustration, but for now, let me leave that for now. So what it simply means is that in your salary, in your letter of employment, your basic pay, that is for Donald, basic pay is showing that Donald is going to be paid 110,000 naira per month, because we are in this month now, right? Then this person is to pay 140, this person is to pay 105, and all like that, right? Now, allowances that the organization is paying, and is the organization paying overtime? Remember from our list, this is the list here, this is the overtime you have put, so you have to put in accordance with what the organization is paying. So let us assume that the organization, we are in the month one, the organization is paying overtime, and overtime they're paying this person is 40,000. Remember, this was also type it, so you can also put 200 here. Remember, these things must be found in the staff letter of employment. All right. So housing, the organization is paying housing of 35,000, and bonus. What makes up the bonus? Let's assume. Let's leave that bonus. Transport. they are paying at the 60,000. And this is the, let's say they are not paying this and they're paying medical for 50,000, right? Okay, so this is the only allowance that the organization is paying. Now look at this gross pay. Have you seen gross pay based on this alone? For the month of month 1, this is the gross pay, and this is the tax that the person is going to pay. Are we okay? Somebody that is earning 385. Remember, I didn't put other allowances for these other people, right? So that's that. So let me assume for this person, the overtime is maybe the same 40,000. It must not be the same. Housing, maybe this one is 5,000. But sometimes the organization pays the thing across board. If it is 5,000, they pay 5,000. If it is 35, they pay 35 for uniformity. Okay. So I just want to put all these things like this. We didn't pay for this. Then this one, they pay this one 10,000. And they pay no performance here, or they pay this one based on performance. Maybe the marketing person. For example, you can pay one person and you're not paying the other person. So every month they will pay you 40,000 naira for your marketing skills. Medical will give you medical 25,000. Okay, so and this is what we have. So at the end of the day, if you look at that person now, what this person is earning, is now I look at the payroll has also increased. Look at this person that's earning 105. You see, there is no tax to be paid. So we have calculated everything. Okay, now the only one that we did not put, we did this calculation for both your payee and your pension. Okay, so this other one are not, we didn't put calculations on them because they varies. So we leave it open for the person preparing the payroll to type in these ones by yourself. You type it in based on the reschedule. So you have to bring the schedule that was used. You know, some organizations encourage their staff to pay these things so that they can own houses. You understand? In Abuja or in anywhere they are staying. You know, the government is intentional. So if you are among the people that subscribe to that, are you getting that? So the actual money that you have paid for that, you put them here. Okay? You put them in this place. Are we together? All right. The same thing for here. Life assurance premium, you put it here too, and then this one too. Okay. So, but for the template, it means that the standard, the law requires you cannot do without paying payee, and you cannot do without paying pension. Are we okay? So you must do this. If you don't have staff that have included in your pension, that they do pension, you must learn how to put it just to get a pension fund administrator, enroll your staff, give them the forms, they fill those forms. Okay, there is penalty. And they submit them the same time you submit payee, okay, on or before 10th of the following month. Some people don't do it at all. They do it at the end of the year. You pay penalties, okay, and it does that the institution, pension, these things are not, if they are disturbing, doing it the way tax is also doing, people will wake up on this. A lot of people are doing that and they're not paying this contributory pension. It's in the law, okay, and the organization is to pay 10% of it, and employees contribute 8%, right? So now we now have this. This is like an advance. Okay, I'm coming to that. When I get to that place, I will show you how this place is, because under our advance, we put this 50,000 and penalty. That is like loan advance. We are saying that Precious Josh collected loan advance. I'll quickly take you to that place once we are there. So based on this that we have done, considering the pension as well as the payee, look at the net salary of this person. So this person will be paid this amount, this and this one, right? Okay, this person, remember, did not pay anything under payee. Those people didn't pay payee. Look at them there. Okay, there's no payee for them. Okay, and that is that. This person, the no allowance for them and all that. So look at that. So somebody that is earning this amount as total, okay, you see, there's no payee for you. Look at this. There's no payee for you, okay? Okay? You're not paying pay. However, pension is not negotiable. You are paying pension, okay? This is the 8% of your pension, and this is the 8% of your pension as well. All right, so that is that. So this is for month 1, which is January. So I'll quickly take you to where you will see the summary of pension and summary of our payee. Okay, before we come back to month 2. Okay, the secret is you see in this place now, you must come back in the month 2 and enter those information. Do you understand? You have to come back so that in case there's a staff that have left, there's anything that has happened. So we do not do it in a way that 1 month you will link it, it will be the same thing across board. No, it's very, very wrong. Do you understand? So that you have to do work. You have to come back. Some people will leave. Some people salary will be reviewed. So we leave it open for you to come and enter the new these things for them. You can always come and enter them into these places. Are we okay? So for the month 2, you can enter all these ones. All right. So that is for that. Now let me quickly take you to, as we have done this month 1, let me quickly take you to where the summary is. So what I will just do is to right click. I told you that. You right click and you see all these things come up. So this all the months in that place. Let me just do this without the all these things. I want to take you to this is the payee here. So once you click on payee, and this is it. So look at, so the payee will have the staff name, their tax ID. Do you understand? And all that. So if you look at this, I will come here and select the month that I want to work with. So the month I want to work with is January. That's my month 1. So I'll click on January. That's when the information will come. If you are here, you must choose the particular month that you want the payee to come up. So if you go and choose June and you have not done anything in June, do you understand? It's only all these things that will come. So because we put the rent up to this point, that's why it's coming here. So you must pick the particular month that you just finish this thing on. So, and this is the January. Everything will come up in this place like this. Okay, so remember we did not do anything about all these statutory deductions. See, this is the rent that have been claimed. See, these people, they didn't have any rent, right, that they claimed. So at the end of the day, this is what you are going to print. What you are going to print and submit to the tax authority. Okay, you just go to your file and print. Look at it. If you can see my screen, that's how it look like. So this is what you are submitting to NRS. Okay, automatically, this we have already designed it. That's it. So look at it. Payee schedule for the month of January 2026. Are we okay? So number of staff, you see 6. Automatically, the template comes up like this. And look at the total payee. Total payee that we are paying is 72. By the time you add all these total payee in this case, that's 72. That's what you are submitting to your state IRS. Okay, and look at all the people that are pension. This is what is in their pension, and these are what is. So you don't need to expose every information of the staff. What the tax people are interested is what is the gross pay of the staff. What makes up the allowance, what makes all those is not important. Then the next thing is that these 3 people that claim rent, I hope you have the rent received, you understand, to back up what you have claimed in this place. All right, so this is how the template works. Okay, for the first month. Remember, you can always add as many staff as you can. Okay, and then there's something I want. Okay, let me go and show you. Let me go and show you how this is for payee, right? So it will show the reductions of pension, the reduction that we have done in arriving at this. That's what we are showing, right? So the statutory deductions, right? Okay, so if we go and check how pension will also look like, we'll also go to the same place. Okay, you right click here and go to pension schedule and click OK. Then you go to this place. You see here is in March. Come and select January. Okay, and this is what it will look like. So I will print. So this is the pension now. I don't know if you can see it well. So this is how the pension will look like. Okay, the total pension you are paying for this staff is what? 181,000, and that is that. Okay. Okay, so that is that for that. Now let's go and look at other items. For example, want to look at loan schedule. Loan schedule. But before I go to loan schedule, let me quickly say something about this template. You know, under this month one, we are typing things. I know something already is telling me now that somebody will copy, because you have your template already now, you have your own information somewhere. So you want to copy the information from your own template and bring it into this template. No problem. You can do that. How do you do that? Those of us that knows how to use Excel very well, you will paste special and paste as number. You must paste as number. If you are copying any item from another template, you must paste as number. Now, I can copy these ones from here. This is one. I can actually copy everything I have done here instead of me to go and start wasting time and start redoing other ones. I can copy from here to here. Okay, and Control C, copy it and paste it in my month 2. Excuse me. And post it in my month 2 instead of wasting time doing it one after the other. Okay, I can even, this one can be, I can even copy to only this part from the basic. So I can copy from here, from my basic, take up these ones from here to this place, up to, you remember, you are not entering information on this gross. So you only copy where you type information. So you copy this. If you are copying within the template, you know, this is from month 1 to month 2. You can just copy and paste. You don't need to do paste special. See, I have pasted it here. It's here now. So maybe I am now doing my payroll for the month of February. You understand? So that is it. Are we okay? And I'll see if you want, I'm month 2. I'm already in February. So if I want to go and check, if nothing has happened, it's the same thing. Everything is okay. If I still go back to my payroll and check my payroll, this is my payee. I'll go to my payee, and when I go to my payee, I will run. See, it's still in January. I will run it for February, and the information will be the same thing. Nothing changes. Do you understand? And if I do print preview, that means I'm saying this so that people that are that I will not say they are lazy, that will not want to, that want a process to be repeated on its own. You understand? So you can actually do that copy and look at it. So automatically you have February here. So you have prepared it. But where there is changes, maybe there are people that have left. Okay, so I will do that. Somebody have left in January, in February. So let's go back. This is my, you right click here. I'll go back to January, month 1, month 2. And I want to make that Donald has left. Where is the under, that will be done under our nominal payroll, right? So this is this. And we said Donald left, you know, remember the month I put here was March. That's why I see the person was still there as at February. So what I will do here now is that I will not put one this year to be on 02, that's February. So that means this person is invalid. I have left. So 1st of February, when I compute the payroll for February, I am not supposed to be in that place. So let us go and check our payroll right now. So I will go back to my payroll. This is my payee schedule, and check this. And check this, then I will move to, of course, it's February. Okay, if you look at number 1, let me print. If you look at number 1, automatically everything about him is gone. You understand? No salary to pay him. Have you seen that? So Donald does not have any salary. So that is part of what we have taken our time to work on this this template, okay? Using Excel functions and formulas. So even if I print preview now, look at what you're going to see there. So what you're seeing, see, the young man is no longer there again, and there is no salary to be paid to the young man. And that is how the template works. Okay, take note of this, very, very important. All right, any changes that you make, of course, it will automatically, even with the pension, it will not also be there. Okay, so the next thing I want us to look at quickly is loan schedule. So how do we work on loan schedule? Loan schedule, remember, this is for internal. So I'll go back first. Let me go back and bring back under nominal rule. Bring back, make this man to be valid now. Okay, it's valid, and I can actually delete this. Okay, so and that is that. So that's just for illustrative purpose. So we'll come back and say, I'm going to loan schedule. So under my loan schedule, so who is the person? So staff ID, this Precious, if you watch, collected 50,000 naira loan. Okay, so it has an opening balance. Okay, in we are in February, have an opening balance in January. So let's assume that another person again, another employee. Remember, you come here and choose the employee. Maybe this time, Donald Dimezu, and took 100,000 loan. Okay, and now this start date simply means, same thing here. This start date simply means the date that this person took this one in February, the date that the loan is meant to is collected. So the day that the staff collected the loan, so I collected the loan and it was approved and disbursed to the staff. You know, the date that you disburse the loan to the staff is different from the month that the person will say, okay, let it be taken from, maybe this is February. Person can say, sir, can it be taken from my April salary? Okay, and it will be taken for like 3 months, right? So if that is the case, so this today is when the money is disbursed, which is on 5th February 2026. So if this is what I have, okay, and then is the amount of loan is 100,000. Is 100,000. Now, what we are putting in this place is the first month. That is that April. That's what we are putting here. So the first month in April is 1st April 04. Okay, 26. That is what this place is. And what is the ending? So you say April, May, June. So the person will not do June. So will not say June. Okay, which is that it will be at the end of June. You can be putting at the end of the month, okay, because it's going to be at the end as when salary is paid. So those are the dates that you put in this place, okay. So after that, then this we put first we put what is it called? This is first. The person can also collect loan again on the second, maybe second time. We put like 3 times in a year. I think it's enough for a staff. If you are giving loan and you are giving a loan to a staff up to 3 times, you have tried though as an organization, right? So it does not mean that all the time you give loan. So the person that gives the loan at a particular time, if it is once, if the person collect another one again, if the money keep on going, you use these places to put those information. All right, and then this is for the deduction. Okay, so these are the deductions. Automatically, the deductions goes, and at the end of the day, the person paid all the loan, and then there is nothing left again. So that is for that loan deduction. Okay, that is a loan advance payment to staff. Okay, so the next thing we have here, of course, I'll talk about payslip. Payslip is the last thing I will do. So payment to bank, which I call bank schedule. You look at it, immediately you populate, you put your information accurately in the nominal rule. Everything is linked. Look at it. So you are giving bank these instructions to bank. Everything is there. You can print this on your letterhead. You can even print it like this, and then your boss, whoever that will sign it, authorized signature will sign it, and they give it to the bank. And look at it there. The bank will pay. Okay, to put the account number properly, everything will come, and that is that. So then the next one I want to look at is, which is probably the last, is the payslip. So instead of payslip, so look at the payslip. So you also come to your payslip and choose the month that you want the payslip to come to populate. So I'll choose January payslip. So this is my January payslip. So what we did here is to make it 4 people per page. 4 people per page. So this is the payslip of the first person, Donald, right? Donald Mezu. And we go, then look at the amount, everything to the end. So this is this gross pay and net pay. So this is another person again. For that January, it simply means that this person, there is no information about this person in this place. Okay, so you can actually select a staff from here. Okay, so I selected this person. Okay, even the same thing. If I select this, I'll also come to this place too and select another staff again. And let's say this time is Precious. This is Precious. The information of Precious will come. So you can actually select up to 4 staff. Okay, up to 4 staff. So I'll come to this place again. I've selected Precious before, so this could be Mercy or Abdul Brand. So I'll come back to this place again and select another staff again. I'll come here and select Julius or Mercy. Good. So I have this now. So see them. So you must select the staff. Just go there and select. So when you now go to this place and say print, automatically you have 4 of them that you have selected into 1. So you can, if you print out this now, you can always give them their own copy, you know, and that is the payslip. And then anytime, any day you submit your payroll, or there's any your PAYE, and there is any audit, you know, they want to verify all those things, or there's anything, it can be official thing that you are required to get your payslip. Of course, payslip is very important. As the organization gives it to you, you'll be keeping it, right? And then if we do this work and save it, anytime you can always call back and just get the payslip of the person. So it's not something that is difficult. So I think on that note, I have come to the end of this payroll templates. So if you have any question for me, please, you can ask me why we are here together. Okay. Remember, this is a free training. This is a free training, and we will be getting more of this, and also our paid trainings, where you will learn how to design this template by yourself, how you will learn task consulting, okay? Learn everything about task consulting, where you will learn Sage and QuickBooks accounting, where you will learn financial reporting, financial modeling, you know, data analysis, and all that. So that is that. So thank you, and thank you for your time, and thank you for staying to this moment. So over to you, my moderator. Next.
Thank you very much, sir, for that very educative training on pay as you earn. I hope you learned something. I hope you were paying attention. Have a couple of hands up for questions. So we'll start with Mr. Raymond. And now, please go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Mr. Donald. My question is with regard the PAYE computation. I wanted to ask if someone is staying rent-free, the person is not paying rent, how is that taken into consideration when doing your computation for the PAYE?
Okay, can I talk immediately?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. If you look at our templates, you discover,
Yes.
okay, sorry, we have a separate template for rent. That is under our nominal rule, right? Let me see. Anybody that is not paying any rent, is staff rent fee. Anybody that's not paying any rent, you are not meant to collect, you're not meant to write, put any information about that. Look at this example I gave here. When I did this, if you look at this staff, these three people here, Brand, Peace,
And
See, yeah,
Julius.
if you watch, there is no rent. They didn't collect any rent. There's no rent for them. So if you don't pay, I said it when I started, maybe you joined it. If you are living
Yeah, I
with
joined
your,
it.
if you are living with your parents and your parents are the one paying your rent, I told you don't come and claim rent. Don't have any right to claim any rent. Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And
Okay, that's fine.
if you are sharing rent, you can actually, divide the money and take half of what you pay, and then the other person will take half of what you pay. So, and that is that. I hope you are good.
Oh, yeah, that's good. What if, for some reasons, maybe somebody finds himself in such a position whereby he had to squat with somebody and he had to maybe make cash payments, for just to stay for that a particular period, let's say 1 year or so. How is that? Maybe there's no what they call it, there's no document to back it up. What advice would
Any,
you give such a
any,
person?
anything not documented does not exist in the tax, in the audit law, in the audit principle.
Okay.
Anything not documented does not
Yeah.
exist. Do you understand?
Okay.
The only person that will claim that rent is the actual person that paid the rent.
I see. Okay.
You can also do the same arrangement for him to give you some money, refund you some money back. Hence, ability to claim rent relief.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. That's all from me.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, we have a lot of people hands are up.
Thank you very much for the question. Please, if we answered your question properly, kindly give us a reaction with a thumbs up. Okay, next is Mr. Ete Keme. Sorry if I didn't pronounce your name correctly. Ete Keme, the floor is yours. You can ask your question. Please keep it brief and precise. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good afternoon. Actually, the name is Ukeme Ete. All right. So, my question is on the filing. You said that the payee filing should be between on or before 10th of the next month. So my question is, when when the organization has computed the payee, the filing process, is it that they are going to print out the payee schedule and pay the lump sum to the tax authority, or they are going to pay based on each individual, like each employee using their tax ID? So I want to know how is the payment going to be done? Are they paying based on individually, or they are going to pay a lump sum and then attach the payee schedule to show the computation?
Okay, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you very much, Mr. Ukeme. All right. Number one, if you look at the homepage, if you see here, we put the name of the company plus the theme of the company. So it is the company paying this payee on behalf of the staff, right? It deduct the company is a tax deductible agent. So the person, the organization deduct it and pay it on their behalf. However, the schedule showing the staff name and the staff team, okay, will be there. You understand? So it is the schedule that you are taking. You are paying a lump sum. Some states does it online. Some you have to go to the office, type a cover letter, and kind of address it to the tax controller, your state, and then the submission of payroll for the month of this. You just say, please find attached. That's the cover letter. So what you're attaching under that cover letter is the payroll. That's the payroll you have, the payee schedule you have, okay? And I think that's all that. Then where people claim rent relief, of course, before you get rent relief, you must have the evidence of payment. So you also attach those evidence of payment. Although there's a lot of issues in that rent matter, but we are not discussing it right now. Thank you very much. I hope I've answered your question. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Donald, for that clarification. Please give us a thumbs up if we answered your question effectively and correctly. Our next question is from Shafa. Shafa, please, the floor is yours. Ask your question. Keep it brief and precise. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Oh, good afternoon, rather. Okay, my question is two. Number one, payee, it's supposed to be on the tax office that is in charge of where a staff is located, so to say. But what we do in most organizations is that we use the tax that covers the organization area, irrespective of where the staff actually stays. Now, when we are talking about this rent allowance, if the rent is showing maybe an organization that is in Life Camp, for example, the tax office is in Guarimpa, so to say. Now, and the rent receipt the person is presenting is in place like Gwagwalada, would the person be able to claim that rent relief based on office arrangement on where they file, or will it be thrown out? That's one. Number two, a staff that resume at the middle of the month. Now, maybe the salary that was agreed on gross, let's say 100,000. Now, because he started work at the middle of the month, ordinarily you should say, okay, month not worked, 50,000. So you want to deduct 50,000, have a net of 50,000. Now, which amount are you going to tax? Which amount will be on the tax? Is it the 100,000 or the 50,000 net? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let me take your last question immediately. Now, if you check under this month where individuals put their where you type in the information, you will see that this is where you do all those calculations. Look at it. In the month of, this is the first month, which is month of January. Now, you agree to pay this person 200,000 and the person resume in the middle. So you prorate. So you can prorate and then put the real figure here for that month. The real figure is 100,000, you put it in this place for that month. That's as simple as that. Every other allowance, all of them will be prorated. You understand? In that month, this is how you treat that. Okay, so of course, you can check the number of days the person has worked. Someone that resumed on 20th maybe has worked 5 days. You understand? So it will be, and the total number of days is 30. So it could be 30 minus the number of days you work over whatever that is what is agreed. That will give you the exactly amount that the person is to put here. You will do those calculations first and bring them into this place. That's your questions have been answered. Now, the second and which is your first question is about rent. Okay. Now, residency, you are in Abuja, right? So, in as much as you are within Abuja, anywhere you pay your rent, as far as there's evidence of that rent that you paid, you are working in Abuja and you are paying rent in Abuja, of course, you can claim it. You can submit it in any of the tax offices where you normally submit your rent. whether your office is in Bagbalada and if your office is in Bagbalada, automatically, of course, Bagbalada should be where you will be doing your remitting your payee. And then somebody is coming from Nyanya Maraba, and the person paid rent in Nyanya Maraba, bring it, no problem. Go and give them. As far as it's within Abuja, there's no issue about that. Have I answered the question, sir? Thank you very much. Are you okay, sir?
Yes. Thank you. God bless you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Donald. Also, give us a thumbs up, Mr. Shafa, if we answered your question very correctly and you understand clearly the explanation that was given. Our next question is from Mr. Chukwuemeka Chima. Mr. Chukwuemeka Chima, please, the floor is yours. Remember, keep your questions as brief and precise as possible. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm still on the issue of rent. If you have your own house, it's you that build that house, how do you calculate the rent? Or it's not obtainable? Again, let me get the clarification of the second person that asked question. You said that any place, so far I'm living within FCT, I can remit my payee any office within FCT. That is to say, for instance, if I'm living, if I'm in Lagos, so within Lagos, any place I see in Lagos that they're paying, I can remit it there, not minding my residential address. That's what I mean. Thank you.
Okay.
Can I come in, Mr. Donald?
All right. Please go ahead.
Let me relieve you a little. Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right. The last question is, yes, you can remit it within any office that is close to you. If you are on the page where you are trying to register, let me quickly say something before I respond to that. Our old tax ID are no longer going to be useful going forward. So you need to generate your new tax ID using your NIM. And there are two tax ID you are expected to generate. There's the one you have to generate for Nigerian Revenue Service. That one is totally different from the one you have to generate for FCT, Internal Revenue Service. When you are paying your tax, you will have to add the unique ID generated for FCT, Internal Revenue Service. Even when you are generating that, as an organization also, you need to generate your tax ID for FCT that you use to be remitting for your staff. While you are generating that, there will also, you will see a pull-down menu that you can choose any tax office that is close to you that you want to be assessing while you go and lay your complaint, or before we used to file these physical copies. So you need to quickly generate for your organization. A link will be shared. A link will be shared where you will follow through the prompts to generate tax ID for FCT. And also, if you don't have the one for Nigeria Revenue Service, a link will also be shared for that. So your question, response to your question is, you can pay so long as if within, like we are in FCT here, if you are paying in any tax office in FCT, we have a lot of tax offices in FCT, it is fine. It is fine, you can pay. But once it's outside FCT, it is not allowed. You can pay in Maitama, you can decide to pay in Utako office, you can go to Jabi office to pay so long as it's FCT. Then it is fine. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yes, there's another thing I want to chip in so as you cram it off. What if an organization that pays their salary late? For instance, some organization will not pay at the end of the month, they pay in subsequent months. like January, this is salary has not been paid to you, they maybe before the end of the day or next week they'll pay their salary. Whereas the law said that you should file your payee on or before 10th of every week, and you are paying your salary before that day. So how do you cover up this kind of issue? Won't they charge you penalty because you are not paying as at when due? Because there's some organization pays like that.
Okay, why Donald will also add to that. I believe that you can only pay salary if you have the funds.
Yes.
So if you don't have the funds and they say on before 10th, you are not meant, they don't expect you to go and collect loan to pay because you want to meet the 10th. Some organizations live on donors funded, or they have to carry out some contract before they come to pay their staff. Of course, the law is there to guide, but there's also some exceptions to every law that is being made. Where you cannot meet up, there are some internal mails that also have to pass through from maybe the pay officer, the account officer. There have to be an internal mail that will go around that because of XYZ, there's no funds to pay this salary as at this time. So staff will expect their salary as at this particular time. And once it's paid and you are filing, you also have to just use some of those documents to back it up that there was no funds as at that time. Not as if you paid and you delayed. So it is when you pay your salary now and you now delay to remit or to pay the payee part of it up to on that 10th, then there's now an implication attached to it. So I think Mr. Donald can throw more light on that. Thank you.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank you, Mr. Gabriel. I lost the question. If you can rephrase that question, let me just add one.
You said?
I lost track on your question, please.
Okay. I said, for instance, some organization doesn't pay their salary at the current month. They always pay in arrears. Maybe salary of January will be paid on February. And now that it might be on the middle of February. Now, the law, according to this new tax law, you have to file your payee on or before 10th. Now, how do we manage this kind of situation?
Okay.
With the organization, face the severe penalty that the law has prescribed.
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. It's a very interesting question. And my colleague have also, I believe, have also responded to it. What I can just add is that there is always what we call tax audit. There's always tax audit and investigation. And when you remit at the wrong time and wrong date, during that tax audit, the interest and penalty will be calculated for you till the point that you made that payment, and you will now pay interest and penalty. Of course, the law will catch up with that person for not remitting. That's why there is timeline. Okay, there is time frame in it. So the law will catch up with the person. So for those people who pay salaries at the middle of the month, at the end of the month, that means they didn't remit payee. Except they remit the payee, and they will not pay the staff until that time. You understand? But however, if you didn't remit payee on time, definitely you may go free that year. But anytime there is tax audit against your company, you will pay all those things, and you will pay them up to the time that audit is done, and the interest and penalty will be very high. All right, thank you very much.
I think his question again is that, what if salary was not paid as at the month of payment and it extended to the other month? So if salary was supposed to be paid in January, some people have not collected January salary up till this February. Maybe up to like 10th of February, they have not even paid salary to like 11, 12, they now pay salary. I think that's the question, if I'm clear, Mr. Chukwuemeka.
Exactly.
Yes, you are clear, sir.
I have also responded to that. You are very correct, and it's in line with my answer. I said, okay, let's take this explanations like this, what you just narrated. January salary has not been paid till now, and they pay it on 20th of February. And that 20th of February is when they now do the PAYE computation and submit to the state, the state tax authority. What I am saying is that at that moment, there is, you have complied, but you complied at the wrong time. The SCT IRS or the state IRS will not come after you because you have complied. But however, there is audit trigger. Okay, you are only exposing your company to audit. Audit will come back to you maybe after 2 or 3 years when they now come back to do the audit of your company. That money that you have paid as wrong, as at the wrong date, you will now pay penalty and interest for submitting them and paying them at penalty. Are you okay now, sir? Do you understand? Right? Are you okay?
Some people I have gotten what you listen. It's just that I have had the experience. That's why I asked the question.
Okay, sorry, please. I don't know. Will I be allowed to say something on this matter, sir?
Of course, you can. Why not? Go ahead.
Okay. Now I had that experience with the tax office in 2025. Now,
sorry, can the admin mute everybody? Can the admin mute everybody? Then who is speaking can unmute to speak. Please, admin, mute everybody.
Okay, can I go ahead now, sir?
Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. All right. So what I was saying that the experience I had with them in 2025, I think in the early months of the year, what they told me was, if I have any challenge of late remittance because of late payment of salaries, that I should write to them beforehand. You understand? Let me write to inform them that, oh, salary will be delayed. As long as the letter is acknowledged and I have a copy of the letter, whenever I'm now bringing the remitter and the schedule, I can now attach it, a copy of that signed or that acknowledged copy, and attach it and send it so that all of them will not be in the file. So that whenever they are looking at the date on the remitter, it will no longer be showing that is late. So I think writing should be, just as you said, the Tetana memo. So the memo should also be extended to the tax office. Thank you.
So thank you very much for that input. That's why it's an interactive section at the point. And one thing I want us accountants to also know is that laws are made for human, and it is about your confidence in defending what has happened. So that's why there's always a reconciliation at the point in time with the tax authority. They don't just come and scare, they send a message, you start running up and down with panicking. You need to justify. Just like he said that write to the tax authority, fine. And if I did not write to the tax authority as at that time, and you come for tax audit and you hold me to pay penalty, I can stand and give you a justification that as at this time, I have not even raised the money. You understand? So it's all about reconciliation with the tax authority. They will do reconciliation at the point in time. They are not there to winch hunt you. You understand? So, and they are also there to watch you not to bypass processes. It becomes more bad whereby salary has been paid and you don't remit. You understand? That one, you don't have any explanation to do to that. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gabriel. We appreciate your response. We appreciate your response. Thank you very much. Can we hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay, confirming. Okay, going forward, I think I would say this. We have very simple house rules, please. And the house rule number one is your mic must be muted when somebody is speaking, please. Your mic must be muted when somebody is speaking. We can't have 2-3 people speaking at the same time. That is why we have the options of you raising your hands. Please, it should not happen again that one person is talking and another person is contradicting the other person. Please, if not, we will remove you from the meeting. Thank you very much. Moving forward, please, after Mr. Jonathan Adegboye, please, every other person can leave their questions in the chat box, because it seems as though the asking of questions, giving you the floor to ask your questions is taking more time than usual. So please leave your questions in the comment box. Thank you very much. And also, please rename your devices. For instance, HP. Please, can you rename your device so we don't have to call you HP? There might be 2-3 more HPs here, so we know who we're referring to. Please always rename your device. Thank you very much. So whoever this HP is, the floor is yours. Please ask your question. HP, please ask your question. The floor is yours. Okay, if this HP is not available, please, Mr. Jonathan Adegboye, go ahead and ask your question. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and thank you for this great meeting. I have 3 questions. My first question is, if we have staff, for instance, that occupy an accommodation provided by the company, however, the rent for that accommodation is deducted from their salary, how are they going to claim relief? That's my number 1 question. The second question is, how do we treat contract staff on the payroll? Contract staff who are not regular staff, they just come around and their payment is maybe on the days they are paid. How do we tax them on the PAYE, and because they are not normal full-time staff? Then the other thing is reimbursement. Reimbursement maybe for internet every month. Company reimburse their staff for internet. It is every month. A salary is paid, they pay internet reimbursement to all staff. Would that also be reported to tax authority, or it should be internal affair of the company? Then the final question is, the receipts for the rent, is it at the beginning of the year now that it should be presented, or anytime it is available, or at the end of the year that you present it to the tax authority? Thank you very much. That is my question.
Okay. Let me respond to them. Very technical questions there. Okay, the first one is the accommodation that your organization is taking, deducting it from your loan, from a loan. So automatically you are the one paying the rent. So you claim the rent. So if your organization is paying 3 million and then is deducted from your salary, you have to put the rent back because you claim the rent, because it's actually your money now that is being paid. That's one. The second one is the issue of if I get it right, the allowance is what do you call it again? You said is allowance, like
reimbursement for internet.
Okay, reimbursement for internet. Anything that is reimbursement, okay, anything you give back, that means it's assumed that the staff have used it and it is being reimbursed. So it's non-taxable. It's not taxable, right? It's not taxable. So reimbursement is not taxable. Good. Now the other one is ad hoc staff. Okay. Now you may have to put ad hoc staff on a separate on it separately, right? And then you have two options. You can decide to treat them anyway, any month. Let me put it like this: any month that whatever you pay to the ad hoc staff comes, you include them in the payroll. Let me put it this way so that it's easier. If the ad hoc staff are in maybe the first 3 months, they are your ad hoc staff, and you use them to work and you pay them, you understand? You add them to the payroll when you are paying for that particular month. You get, so of course, when they are no longer there, you remove them from the payroll. Anytime they are there, you put them. That's one way that you can sort it. The second part is that you can also put them and withheld what we call withholding tax. Okay, you can put them under withholding tax schedule. Okay, for that particular month, for that particular period that you pay them, contract staff, ad hoc staff, you put all their list, that's the withholding tax schedule, put all their list, the amount, gross amount, individuals, and the type of contract determines the rate that you charge them. So you do that and you pay them through withholding tax. So I think, but the one that will favor the staff more, I think, or that person more, should be the one that you put on the payroll, right? So, because if any of them that you are paying that money, and that money, if it at that point you are paying that person that money, if that money annually is not up to 800, automatically there won't be anything to deduct from that person. So you just specify under this, they say ad hoc staff, and then the gross pay you pay for that person shows. Okay, I think that is that. I don't know if I answered it. Thank you. Is there another one I've
Yes,
not
sir.
answered?
Thank you very much, sir.
Is there one I've not
It's on the
answered?
receipt for rent. Receipt for rent. Is it to be presented at the beginning of the year or at the end of the year?
Okay. In as they are the point that you are, it is a photocopy of the receipt that we actually bring it. So if you have it at the beginning of the year, why not present it? So that, because in fact, the person that is going to give you the rent allowance, that should be the first thing to collect from you. So once you have it at the beginning of the year, you can bring it, and then before they can take it as an allowance for you. But if you don't have it, and maybe when you pay the rent, the landlord did not give you the rent as at that time, and you are sure that your bank statement where you made that payment is there, that you can get that evidence of that, and you can, follow your landlord continuously until he or she gives you the receipt. Of course, you can also claim your rent and then continue the processes of getting that, in as much as there is evidence of payment from your bank account that you paid that payment to the landlord. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Donald, for that clarification. Please, Mr. Moses Oluwarotimi, please give your questions in the chat box. We are done taking questions from individuals. I will be reading out the questions from the chat box going forward. From Mache is asking, sorry if I didn't pronounce your name properly, is minimum tax 1% of gross profit still applicable with this new tax law? I'll take that again. Is minimum tax 1% of gross still applicable to this new tax law? The floor is yours, Mr. Donald and Mr. Gabriel.
The answer is no. So go to the next question. Hello, Max, are you there?
Let's take the next question.
Yes.
Okay, so after the pay compilation, can we pay it online using the FCTRS platform, or is it compulsory to go to tax office? This is from Womex.
Yes, I think I said it when I started that some states they have platforms where you can, file your PAYE and make your payments. Okay, so you can definitely use the platform and make your payments and have your evidence of submission and evidence of payment. Yes, you can do that.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Donor. Please, why are we not giving him like reaction, thumbs up, hearts? Come on, it's not easy to answer your questions and you're getting them for free. So please, let's celebrate our mentors. Please give them a heart, give them a thumbs up. Please, let's not just let them be using their saliva in vain. Thank you very much. UCAM Ete is asking, please, in case of residents, if a staff resides in Abuja and the HQ of the company, which all the tax computation is done, is Lagos or Kogi, will a portion of the Abuja residents be remitted to FCT IRS? I'll take that again. Please, in a case of residents, if a staff resides in Abuja and the HQ of the company, which all the tax computation is done, is Lagos or Kogi, will a portion of the Abuja residents be remitted to FCT IRS? Over to you.
The standard is anywhere you reside, your payee is supposed to be remitted to that jurisdiction. If you have 20 staff and 5 of them are in Abuja, 15 is in Lagos, remit the 5 of Abuja to Abuja and remit the 15th to Lagos. It doesn't matter where you compute it, but where are days where you remit to. Thank you, if that has been answered.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gabriel. Thank you very much, Mr. Donald. We appreciate you. I don't know why the screen are not flooding with thumbs up and reactions. But Mr. Moses Oluwarotimi, I don't know why your hands are still up, but okay, we'll give you the floor to ask your question since you are insistent on speaking rather than typing. Go ahead, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Gabriel and Mr. Donald. We appreciate this opportunity. I have 2 questions and maybe one request also. For example, what if somebody is paying 2 rents? One, maybe for example, he has a family in Kaduna and is working temporarily in Abuja and is paying both rents. I want to know how that can be considered in this rent relief stuff. That's one. Secondly, what if there's a situation whereby somebody, a staff, pay the rent and for whatever reason did not complete the yearly term and moved to another apartment with a higher pay? I want to know if there's a consideration for that or such case in this rent relief scenario. So the third request, the third point, which is a request, is I don't know if we can get the template for the salary that was used for this demonstration from Mr. Donald. Thank you very much.
Okay, fantastic. Let me. I'm very sorry, Mr. Moses. I only got the last part of your question. I don't know, my colleague, did you get it? Or you can just repeat it again, please. You move from one rent apartment to another. I didn't get that scenario properly. Please. Hello?
Okay, yeah, Mr. Donald.
Yeah,
okay, so let me just try to paraphrase. Okay, one is moving from one rent payment, which has, of course, a different value to another one within a year.
Okay.
That's one. Secondly, is having to pay 2 double rents within 2 different tax jurisdiction.
How do we?
I don't know if that makes sense.
How do you mean the second one? How do you mean the second one?
Okay, for example, I'm in Lagos, for example, I'm just using, and my family is in Abuja. I have responsibility of paying rent for my wife and their children in Abuja, and I also have a responsibility of renting a small place where I stay, where I work in Lagos.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
something like that.
It's fantastic. I love that.
Yeah, thank you.
I love this. Thank you very plenty. Okay. The first one is about Oh my God, I'm trying to, I missed this. Okay, let me take the last one. The last one is where you have rent in Lagos, paying for one and paying for the second one in Abuja, for your wife. Okay. Now the thing is this: if you are the one, the actual person that made this payment for this rent, and your wife is not going to claim any of the rents, it's fine. You can claim the rent, but remember, you can only claim up to the maximum of 500,000. So irrespective of how much rent you paid for your wife, okay, how much rent you paid for your wife, and the one you paid there, you can bring them in, sum them together. But remember that if it is more than 4 million, of course, you are already out of the threshold. I think that 500,000 is at 3 million naira, right? Okay, so that is that. So you can claim in as much as your wife will not claim rent again using that same one that you have used. Good. The second question, I think, is about moving from one rent to another rent within the same year. Good. I illustrated that in our template here. I think I did that, except to join us very late. So if you look at our rent, when I go to our staff rent, this is our staff rent. So look at this. Mr. Donald was paying 800 and the rent expires here. And he now had to start paying 3 million naira again. So, okay, my screen is not shared. Okay, so that is that. So you can always, as far as the documentation backing it up, you can always put the months, the period that the new rent starts, you put it on the template, in that month. So, and that is that. Then the last question, if I remember, is if we can share this template, right? So for the sharing of the template, we have a simple rule. We are intentional about what we are doing. All right. So we are going to share the template, but however, to the participant that will make a payment for it, we are just asking them to pay just 5,000 naira. Then we'll share the template for that person. Once they make that payment, we'll share it. Or you register, you subscribe for our platform with 10,000 naira annually. Then you will now pay 50% of any of our template that we want to give out for free. Then you pay 50% of it. Instead of paying 5,000, you will now pay 2.5. But then, we are going to be having several free trainings coming forward 2 times, 3 times in a month. So any other training we are going to have in a day, you are not going to pay whatever amount we ask you to pay for the template. You pay 50% of that after registering as a member of our platform. It's just 10,000. Okay, but for our subscribed trainings, like our subscribed trainings, of course, you also get any percent discount on our subscribed trainings. So there are a lot of things like pre-recorded video. When we are done, those who register will have their platform WhatsApp separate from the entire group. Okay, so that we can be sharing that. So with your 10,000 naira, you can have access to all our resources that we do. Okay, but then if you don't register, you just pay us 5,000. That will be anytime we do any trainings for free. You'll be getting that. I hope you are okay with that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Donald, for that clarification. Mr. Latif, I think it was on the disaster thing. I hope we answered your question. I think it was Mr. Latif, right? I hope we answered your question correctly. Please give us a thumbs up if we did answer your question and you're satisfied with our response. Okay, I can't see any more questions in the chat box. So I believe that we've all exhausted our questions. So without further ado, I would ask Mr. Donald, is there any other thing you'd like to chip in? Mr. Gabriel, is there anything you'd like to chip in before we call it a day for this particular training section?
Okay, what I want to just do is, I don't know if one of our professional colleague is here. Let him also add one or two voice. Mr. Raymond, if you are here, you can add your voice. And Mr. Akim, if you are here too, you can add your voice. Dr. Onyinye, if you are here too, please add your voice. If we have you guys speak, we can now wrap up this free training. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Adinyanju Akim. I believe everyone is hearing me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. So it is a good one. You have really spoken well so far. So on one issue I just want to talk about that I feel I should lend a voice to is the issue of salary delay. Organizations delay salaries. We have a lot of organizations that delay salaries. But the fact that your salary is delayed doesn't mean you don't know how much you wanted to pay for the month. You already know how much you pay as salaries, and you already know how much your pay should be. And if you have the money, you can go ahead. Do your pay computation, remit on or before 10th of the month, the next month, and pay your staff salary whenever you desire. So that way you don't have to go through stress of writing any letter or whenever there's audit, you now start having issues with them. And there are some tax authorities whereby if you're even filing online, immediately it exceeds that particular date, they charge you penalty and interest. It's the computer that will do that. Nobody is interacting with you. So in this case, if you have the fund, if let's say you want to pay salary of 20 million and the payee computation is 3 million, just gather the 3 million naira and go and pay, since you know you still pay the salaries. So I think that solves that issue. And one other person was talking about 10th being a new thing. It's not a new thing. 10th has always been in existence, even in the old tax law. So the 10th of the succeeding month has always been the deadline for payee remittance. So that is the part I feel I should contribute to. Thank you all, and have a blessed day.
All right, thank you. Is Mr. Raymond, are you there? Okay. Who is Dr. Onyinye? Are you there? Okay. So in the absence of any other thing, I'll call on Mr. Gabriel. Please say one or two things before we close for the day.
All right, thank you very much. I want to thank all the participants and thank the presenter also. The aim is to ensure we stay out of the regulatory authority troubles. And I also want to thank one or two contributors here today. We are here to share knowledge, we bring what we have, and also discuss on the platform what we also have from each of us. Just like you said, this will continue. There are pay versions. There are unpaid versions, which are the free versions like this one we're having. The pay version is to encourage the team to keep going on. And we have different members that will be doing presentations there too. I will advise you don't miss out of that. No knowledge is waste. Once again, thank you, everyone. Moderator, thank you. Your voice is very sweet. We will want you to continue moderating for us with that sweet voice. And for your time, all attendees, thank you very much. Mr. Donald, you are smiling. Over to you.
Okay, yes, Mercy is doing what she knows how to do very well, what she's naturally gifted by God. So thank you very much, Mercy. Thank you, all the other admin, peace. Thank you all, other staff. I thank you. I thank to all the participants who has also stayed to this point. Okay, we have over 400 in the group, and we are having about 66 at maximum when I look at this. So that's to confirm that saying that many are called, but few are choosing. So please, just make sure you subscribe to our paid classes, register. I bet you you will not regret it. Okay, we have seasoned professionals that will take on any of our courses that we advertise. All right, on that note, I want to hand over back to Mercy to close this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Donald, and my boss for life. Thank you very much, sir, for the knowledge and impact that you're giving us. We really do appreciate you. Thank you very much, Mr. Gabriel. Thank you for your contributions. We really do appreciate you. And thank you for the compliments, Mr. Gabriel. Thank you very much, Mr. Akim. Thank you very much for your shared contribution to this meeting. We really do appreciate you and every other person. I would like to especially thank my co-admin, Peace, in person of Peace. Peace, thank you very much. Please, next time, I do life and direct more acting here. Also, I think I've pretty much thanked everybody. Also, Mr. Raymond in absence, I would like to thank him as well for his contributions, even though he's not here today, but subsequently, we'll be seeing him more as well. Without further ado, I'd like to call today's training session to an end. Thank you everyone for participating. Thank you for your commitment. Please don't forget to share the information with people. Like I said, you can always chat the admins up, myself and Peace, to add somebody to the group. You never know, you might be helping somebody gain knowledge. You might be helping somebody gain knowledge in the area that they have been looking for so long. So please don't be scared to enter into our DMs to ask us, please, can we add this person to the group, or can we include this person, or any questions you might have, maybe about how you can get a paid training or how you can get the templates. We'll pass all those informations across to you. So please don't be scared to ask questions. Thank you very much. And also, next time when we come, please don't forget to mute your mics as soon as you're coming into the meeting. Do not forget to, very important, this is our #1 house rule. Do not forget to mute your mic as soon as you're coming into the meeting. And also, don't forget to rename your device so we don't have to call you HP or we don't have to call you Oraimo, because there might be more than 1 or 2 Oraimos in the group. So how do you know who we are referring to? So please rename your device so that we can always attend to you when needed. Thank you very much. I think Mr. Gabriel's hand was up. Mr. Gabriel, do you want to chip in something, or do you have something that you want to say?
Yes, somebody still asked about the account details for the paid training. So you will update and then share on the platform. We have a different section of the paid training, down to financial modeling, down to financial reporting, how it relates to our preparation of financial statement. From next year now, the next trouble will not be just this tax, because the company income tax will be on a preceding year basis. It will be based on this year financial statement that is going to be prepared from next year. And that same next year is when IFRS 18 will be kicking off. Use of the new IFRS 18 presentation and disclosure of financial statement. So we might not just be doing just that tax again. We need to prepare a financial statement using IFRS 18, effective from January next year. IFRS 18 will take effect. And we're also going to do a retrospective presentation also, whereby we do a comparative of 2026 financial statement and that of 2027. So we need to know this. All those ones will come under the pay section of trainings. And I guarantee you that there's going to be a value for money in that. So the account details will be shared. The account bank will also be reshared on the platform for the person that asked. Then someone asked about the registration that he talked about. Of course, there's a registration section that was talked about, which is the 10,000 registration to stay on board with the team. Mr. Donald, please, the person will want you to throw more light on the 10,000 registration, please, before the closeout. Thank you for asking those questions.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you very much, Mr. Gabriel. I don't know if you can see the screen. I think I displayed the account details there. The admin will also put those things in the group. Okay, so what we are saying is that, of course, we are doing a free training, and this is a partnership, a mentorship, like, that will benefit, because we'll be speaking from different angles. Okay, but however, we want to also be held responsible, like want people to be held responsible. Okay, so we stylishly put just a token of 10,000 per annum, like a registration fee. Okay, and what are you going to gain of being in our mentorship program, a registered member, is that, for example, this free program that we have done now, you will have access to the training recorded version of it. You can go back and relearn it again, right? Again, the templates, if we are giving it out at, for example, this template now, we are giving it out at 5,000. You as a registered member will get it at 50% of what we are giving. We are going to be designing a lot of stock taking templates, financial reporting templates, all those things. I will be having a price tag to them. As a registered member, you only pay 50% on all those templates, right? Good. Then, as a registered member, for our paid trainings, our paid trainings, of course, we already have early bird of 20%. So, as a registered member, you will, of course, you gain that discount. But, and it's not all time that we are going to be giving discount in all our trainings. But as a registered member, you have automatically 20% discount for you. So do you understand? So even if you didn't pay early and you pay at the time of the training, as a registered member, you have an automatic 20% on all our trainings that we have, on all our paid trainings. Okay, so that is just that on that. So I will encourage everybody to try and register as a member, so that when we do trainings like this, we'll give out this template in the general platform. And when you register, we separate those many people in the platform. We separate them from the registered member. So the non-registered member, we can join like this, listen to us. But when we want to share this material, we ask them to pay. And when they are paying, they will pay like 5,000 or 10,000 based on the way what we want to charge for that template. Then the registered member will have access to this recorded video. We'll put it in your platform there, and then you are paying 50% of what they are supposed to pay in the general. For example, this one is 5,000. You pay only 2,500. Another one is coming. Still registration is a special training we are going to do. A whole lot of things we are going. Financial reporting, we are going to do so many free trainings. Okay, and it will be as robust as this one. See our robust training, see our free trainings that are robust as this. Then talk more of our paid training, where you will not be the one that will configure the Excel the way it is. You understand? QuickBooks and Sage. When we start that one, we also do free. Just do free, teach you basic things. But when we now go for the rate training, you will not see real life how to use QuickBooks and Sage in your own organization. So all those free ones we do, we can share it the platform where registered members are. You understand? But people that are not registered, they can just join and listen to us and benefit. Okay, but they will not have access to our resources if they didn't subscribe. So without your registration fee, you have access to our materials and all that. I think that is clear enough. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I think we can close now. If there's any other thing to attend to.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Donald. Till we come your way again next time, please kindly ensure that you look forward to the reminders for the next training sessions. We would always post it on the platform. We would always post it. So ensure that whatever we post, you read so that you don't miss any trainings. Thank you very much. And till next time, Mr. Donald, I think you can end the Zoom meeting now.
Thank you.